is the most important software that runs on a computer. It manages computer's memory, processors, and all of the software and hardware. It allows you to communicate with the computer without knowing how to speak programming language. So basically, with the operating systems, you don't have to know about the programming languages. Most of the time, there are several different computer programs running at the same time. They all need access to the computer's central processing unit, which is called CPU, memory and storage. And operating systems usually comes with preloaded in any computer you buy. In every laptops we have here have operating systems built in. Most people use the operating system that comes with their computer, but it's possible to upgrade or even change the operating system by simply downloading and installing them. Good So looking back at the history of operating systems, the first operating system was created by General Motors in 1956. It was to run a single IBM central computer. IBM was the first computer manufacturer to take on the task of developing operating systems and distributing them to these computers in 1960s. The first version of Unix operating system was developed written in the programming language C. It was in 1960s and it was made free in the early years for other users as well. Unix is adopted to new systems and it quickly was accepted in the industry. In around 1984, for graphical user interface in 1985, it was called MS Windows. The Windows currently we are using was first introduced then, and it was of this kind. In this graphical user interface, users had icons that could be clicked, menus that could be opened and more. The iMac was released in 1997 along with the new operating system called Mac OS 8, and 2 years later the Mac OS X was released, and it was the standard of Mac computers over a decade. And the picture below displays the evolution of Mac OS over the years.
Operating system. As the name suggests, Macintosh operating system is an operating system. It was designed by Apple for the Macintosh series of computers. It was introduced in 1984 and it was a graphical user interface. And it was predominantly used in workplaces because it had productivity tools such as calendar, word processors and spreadsheets. Mac OS made use of BSD code base and the XNU kernel, and the core set was based around Apple's open source operating system of Darwin operating system. Mac OS was also the basis of the other operating system, which is iPad OS, iOS, tvOS and watchOS. So the Mac OS was made exclusively for their hardware, so it worked best with that. It had apps that could connect to the iCloud that help you transfer your photos and documents directly to other devices that are Apple based. And this operating system was made keeping privacy and security policies in mind.
Of Mac operating system, whether you are new to computer or just new to the Mac operating system, it will take you through step by step and show you some of the most fundamental things you really need. Mac OS makes it possible to complete all kinds of everyday tasks on your computer. For example, you can use it to borrow the internet, check your email, edit digital photos, listen to music and play games. Once your computer has finished starting up the first thing, you will see the desktop. You can think of the desktop in the main workspace for the computer. From here, you can view and manage your files, open applications, and access internet among other tasks. So here is the working with applications. An application, also known as program, is also a type of software that allows you to complete tasks on your computer. Mac OS comes with many applications you can use, for example, to browse the internet. Example, Safari, the built-in web browser for Mac OS. One of the most easiest ways to do is Dock. To open the application, you need to open the application using mouse, click the application icon on the dock. For example,
Browse and organize the files in your Mac and those stored in iCloud Drive. It will help you easily find out your whatever you have stored in your files. It will organize and it will be more convenient you to show where you have stored your file. Next, Spotlight. Spotlight helps you quickly and effortlessly find what you want, like apps, documents, images, and more. Just type a few keystrokes in the Spotlight and search, and complete immediately shows you relevant result, like you can see in this here. Notifications. So basically, in Apple, or you can find this notification very easily in your Apple iPhone phones and laptop as well. It's very simple. You need to swipe from the right edge of your trackpad, brings up the notification center, the same as you use for your iPhone. Like for example, I'll just show you now. For example, like this, I get the notification. It's very simple in iPhone. Whereas in the, you just need one finger to.
Mac to do everyday tasks like setting up your meetings or opening any app or even getting quick answers to questions. So you can finish your document while asking Siri to tell your co-workers that it's on the way. Furthermore, you can also, starting with Mac OS Sierra in 2016. So starting in 2016, Apple introduced support for Siri on the Mac. For Siri on the Mac, and then it was across all the Apple devices for the first time. Siri on Mac can actually do quite a few features, such as I mentioned already, scheduling tasks, and one of the simplest and most useful ways to use Siri is to open apps without accessing the document. Now moving on to the different words. Come back. So coming back to the different versions of the Mac operating system, starting off we have Mac OS X 10.0 and 10.1. Looking at the slide, do any of you have any idea regarding the similarity, looking at the pattern? Did you find anything common?
X.
No.
Oh.
Good choice, but okay. Looking at the names, Cheetah and Puma.
They're named after cats. They're named after cats.
Aditya, can you repeat?
They're named after cats.
Cats, okay, but yes, they are mainly used. So since a team member of mine is absent, we are going to be continuing with this. Hopefully I can just read off the slide for this one. Then starting off we have Mac OS X 10.2, which is Jaguar, and then you have Mac OS X 10.3 Panther. So the third release of Mac OS X added search to Finder. Jaguar also brings MPEG-4 support for QuickTime, a range of privacy features, and for the first time, accessibility API called Universal Access. Finally, we also have the fourth one. The first official web browser made by Apple replaces Internet Explorer on Mac. In fact, Safari was available on Jaguar, but is the first release where it becomes a default browser. Next slide. Yes, same Kabir. Same. Skip.
So the sixth feature is the organization features. So we use applications such as notes, calendars, reminders, and voice memos and contacts for doing our day-to-day activities. So it helps us in finding our notes as well as adding one up. And we also use calendars and reminders to schedule our daily tasks. And another feature includes iCloud, which is a free service provided by Apple. So users can access and share the content with different devices in iCloud by creating an Apple ID account. And then the next feature is the compatibility features, where the users can transfer their files from Windows PC to their Mac PC very easily. So which includes the easy allocation of resources. And They can also download or install the Microsoft Office and Windows also in Mac, which is very compatible. And then the next one talks about the additional features of Mac, that is universal control. So it means multiple devices can be used side to side using a single keyboard or a mouse or a trackpad using Mac and Android devices. And then the next topic is how Mac OS
Operating system is Mac desktop computers. It's very expensive, limited option or flexibility for upgrading the hardware, scarcity of game titles and absence of advanced gaming experience in Mac operating system. So there is limited number of apps available in the App Store or other sources of Mac. The Mac operating system are not able to operate or run Windows in it. So some of the industries which were benefited from the Mac operating system are IBM, GE, Concentrix, Oath, SAP. So IBM, in just over a year, IBM passed its original goal for of deploying 50,000 Macs, and now it's running over 100,000, and it will continue to increase more. GE announced in October that it would promote Macs as the desktop computer of choice for its global workforce of over 330,000 employees. Concentrix. Business service companies Concentrix have deployed more than 18,000 Macs over the past year. This company is a collection of media and technology brands that owned by Verizon and is deployed more than 15,000 Macs over the year. And SAP, it is a multinational enterprise software.
Okay, in the disadvantages, I did not see the point related to how your operating system is more user friendly to the customers. Okay, is it user friendly or not user friendly?
It is.
No. Yes, disadvantage is not user friendly, right?
No.
It's user friendly. Yes, user friendly.
Yes.
It is.
Of the Mac operating system. Which is given to screen sharing. They will allow the user to drag and drop files right after one screen to another. Like the physical objects like icons and allow them to interact with one another in real space. And first,
I cannot hear you.
Apple will soon discover a control and indexing
What?
paradigm that doesn't rely on every device you own being or having its own app, and communication becomes easier through IoT.
What is IoT?
Internet of Things.
But it is for Abdul Rahman. What is that? What is IoT?
Conclusion.